Hello. So we have a question which has come in from Damini on a Source Eternal post, which goes like, "May your limitations and struggles work upon you, like the dirty puddle works for the lotus seed." And there are 2-3 follow-up questions which he has asked. Firstly, she is asking that work upon whom? Who draws the line between something being a hardship and something being simply toxic? And why has Kabir Sahab emphasized so much on the right company? And she's asking this because she's not able to get the context or the definition of a hardship over here. Okay. So let us go in detail as to what the Source Eternal post is trying to say over here. Here the Source Eternal post is drawing on the imagery of a lotus. The seeds of the lotus show the potential of a human of becoming a complete flower in itself, and the dirty pond is defining the struggles and hardships, the challenges that we face in our way that come across us, and we have to surpass them to reach towards our goal. The quote is trying to say that instead of looking at struggles as obstacles, they could be looked at or used as foundation or stepping stones in order to reach what strength lies within you, what one can do to reach their potential. What Damini here is asking is also very valid in terms of we many a times having this fighter mindset or a mindset of continuously going towards our growth, going towards fulfilling our potential and being on an adrenaline rush to face the hardships. What we do is we look at things in a very black and white way or a very monochromatic way, and we tend to forget or hide the other shades of Vivek, of our discretion, which come handy when we see that something is very futile. We many a times when faced with hardships forget ourselves, forget our journeys, forget where we are coming from, who we are, and where we are headed. Firstly, a person needs to have a glimpse of the reflection, a glimpse of that meditativeness, to be able to acknowledge what they really want in their lives, what they are headed towards. Without that, we cannot be talking about any concepts, because any concepts which are given to you, you will just use it and make a pile of rubbish. Concepts are to be used by us. They are not something that have to be piled upon our head and made a heavy burden of. And this is what we usually do. We make a heavy burden out of our concepts. We think of one philosophy after the other, and we latch on to most of them, almost all of them, and then we use them seriousness of the situation, rather like a cascading effect or like a domino effect, where you see that your discretion or your vivek is really not working. You are not as a sakshi, you are not able to look at your actions. And then when things come to you, it becomes very hard to judge whether they are indeed toxic or whether you can use them to good effect. So, going back to your question, to who determines this? The answer is very simple. It is you yourself. The question is not that who determines what is toxic and what is not. The question is, why are our thoughts so muddled? Why have we latched on to so many concepts that we are not able to see clearly? We have gone through so many innumerable experiences. We have gone through the roller coaster ride of consciousness. We have gone through the joys and the sorrows. Yet, we do not know what we want. Well, what we want, people call it truth, people call it God, because that is what everyone wants in the end, is what is said to us. Yet, it is not determinable. Although what we want might be not determinable, but through our experiences, through knowing, through going into action consciously, it is easily possible for a person to be able to determine what they do not want. That is the secret. Because a person going through conscious action sees their vrittis, their conditionings, their preconditioned mind working, they are able to discern many weaknesses, many vices within themselves. And then they understand that what in fact is triggering that. And to make this journey more subtler, to go towards the realization of more and more of what has been added on to you. Because even in Zen koan, it is said to the students, to the young saints, the Zen master says that remember yourself what you were before being born. It sort of reflects or highlights onto that. As to you have to try to understand what you are without your conditionings, without your sanskars, without anything or everything that has been imposed upon you. That will make you understand and truly appreciate what is the direction you have to head towards. And that's where what Kabir Sahab has said about the right company also applies to a great extent. A person can understand what a good company is for them only when they have been a bit reflective. Without knowing what does not suit you or what is just taking you into cycles of a very dead existence, you will never be able to go towards that thing which is lively, which sparks some creativity, some beauty in yourself. The introduction to the right company goes through introduction of one's own self. Without knowing yourself, without exploring your own consciousness, you will not be able to even head towards the right company.